There's a secret war being fought in your home every single day. It's this silent, relentless battle happening right inside your walls and under your floors, and honestly, the stakes are way higher than you might think. And I'm not kidding, it's a serious question. Because the stuff you can't see, it can absolutely wreak havoc. We're talking flooded basements, ruined floors, and some truly eye-watering repair bills. So what is actually going on in there? To really get to the bottom of this, we're going to zoom in on a specific case study, the town of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. The idea here is that by understanding the specific challenges they face, we can uncover some universal truths that really apply to just about any home anywhere. All right, so let's meet the main players in this hidden war. See, this isn't just about normal wear and tear. There are powerful, natural forces that are actively working against your home's plumbing system. Let's call them the adversaries. Okay, first up, believe it or not, it's the ground itself. In places with a lot of clay soil, like Bethel Park, the earth is in constant motion, shifting, settling, moving around. This puts a ton of stress on those underground sewer lines, which can end up cracking or separating at the joints. Yeah, your home's foundation might be solid, but the ground it's sitting on is always on the move. And then you've got adversary number 2, good old winter. The freeze-thaw cycle is just a relentless enemy. Water expands when it freezes, right? Well, that expansion exerts incredible force. When that's happening inside your pipes or even in the ground around them, it causes this constant expansion and contraction that weakens the joints and, worst case scenario, can cause a pipe to just burst wide open. And last but not least, we've got the one thing none of us can escape: time itself. So many homes, especially the ones built from the 50s through the 70s, used galvanized steel or cast iron pipes. Well, guess what? Decades later, those pipes are basically a ticking time bomb. They're corroding from the inside out, choking off water flow, and getting dangerously close to failing completely. Okay, so we've met the bad guys. Now, how do you actually know they're at work in your home? Well, your house has ways of telling you it's in trouble. Let's translate those cries for help and connect the symptoms you can see to the causes that are totally hidden from view. This is so important. This is where you connect what seems like a small, everyday annoyance to a way bigger problem. That gurgling toilet you've kind of been ignoring? Uh-oh, that could be tree roots that have busted into a cracked sewer line. That frustratingly low water pressure? A classic sign of old pipes literally rusting shut from the inside. And a sudden, crazy high water bill? That's a massive red flag for a hidden leak. These aren't just quirks, they're your home's warning system. And listen, if you ignore those warnings, this is what you're looking at. This chart shows the most common emergencies, and they are the direct result of those adversaries we just talked about. You've got sewer backups from cracked pipes, burst pipes from the freezing cold, and failed water heaters from all that corrosion. See? These aren't just random accidents. They are predictable outcomes. All right, so let's say the worst has happened. A pipe is burst, a drain is backing up into your basement. What now? Let's break down the process of calling in an expert and see how a professional intervention can turn a full-blown crisis into a controlled, manageable solution. Look, a real pro is going to simplify what feels like a totally stressful situation. It's not complicated. It's just 3 clear steps. First, you call and schedule. Simple. Then a technician figures out the root cause and, this is absolutely key, gives you a written, upfront quote before they do anything. Finally, they do the repair, test it, and clean everything up. It just replaces all that chaos with a clear plan. Let's talk money, because when you're in a panic, transparency is everything. Just look at the difference here. With upfront flat rate pricing, the price they quote you is the price you pay, period. It includes all the parts, all the labor. Now compare that to the hourly model, where costs can just inflate and balloon if a job takes longer than they thought, and you might get hit with extra fees for nights or weekends. Knowing the cost up front is just a huge peace of mind. A really great repair isn't just about wrenches and pipes, it's also about respect for your home. True professionalism is often in the small things, right? Like wearing shoe covers so they don't track mud through your house and cleaning up everything completely. It's a commitment not just to fixing the problem, but to leaving your space exactly as they found it. All right, this might be the most important part of this whole thing, putting the power back in your hands. Because this isn't just about reacting to disasters. It's about how you, the homeowner, can actually win this water war by being proactive. The main takeaway here is simple. You don't have to just sit back and wait for disaster to strike. The absolute best way to handle a plumbing emergency is to stop it from ever happening in the first place. And your 2 most powerful weapons? Knowledge and a little bit of preventative maintenance. So here's your game plan. your actual playbook for going on the offense. These are simple steps that can literally save you thousands of dollars. Insulate your pipes to fight back against that freeze-thaw cycle. Get your drains cleaned every couple of years to stop those nasty backups. Flush your water heater once a year to fight corrosion. And this one is critical. Know where your main water shutoff valve is before you need it in an emergency. These are small actions with a huge impact. Okay, so you see this number? 1/4 inch? What is that about? Well, this is all about the kind of precision that protects you. For a sewer line to drain properly, just using gravity, it has to have a slope of at least 1/4 of an inch for every single foot of pipe. It's a tiny detail, but it's a non-negotiable rule of physics that keeps everything flowing away from your house the way it's supposed to.
And that kind of precision, it's not optional. It's actually enforced by strict regulations like the Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code. These codes aren't just red tape. They are a critical layer of protection for you. They make sure that any work done on your home is safe, effective, and actually built to last. It's what separates a pro-level permanent fix from a risky shortcut. So let's wrap it all up with this one thought. Those little gurgles, those drips, those slow dreams, they're not just random noises. They're signals. It's your home's way of telling you that the secret war happening in its walls might be tipping in the wrong direction. So the real question is, are you paying attention?